Welcome into our Top Producer series for the month of July 2020. I am your host, Greg Sher, and we are rounding out our tour around the NFM family of lenders. We started out with Main Street Home Loans, and then we visited Blueprint, Freedmont, and now we check out the Western Division, and one of the top producers in the entire nation joins us from the Arizona office of NFM Lending, Matt Primrose. He is a top 1% producer. Matt, thanks for being with us on NFM, and thanks for being featured as our top producer.
You bet. Thanks, Greg. Thanks for having me on.
You're a Cleveland, Ohio native. How do you end up out there in Arizona?
I am. Well, I had some family that invited me out here when I was a young kid, and I couldn't get away from it. So I'm here for the lifetime.
So for the longest time, I've heard over and over again that Arizona is red hot. It's one of the hottest places in the country, not just temperature-wise, but more importantly, for this conversation, the housing market. Is that the way it is today? And what do you see in the future?
You know what, Greg, the Phoenix market is phenomenal. I mean, we have a record number of sales here over and over again, just the last 2 quarters that we've had. Agents out here are scrambling multiple offers on homes. So it is ever so important that they have a lender that can provide them those pre-qual letters, get them those answers very, very quickly, because they have agents and other clients getting to us very, very quickly.
And you're closing a lot of loans. In fact, you're closing more loans in a year than most loan officers close in a lifetime, just under 200 units in 2019. You're going to shatter that record by far. Tell us what some of your keys to success are.
Well, and one of the things that, a lot of our division managers actually preach to us as well is just, service to our, not only the clients, but our realtor partners. A lot of them are feeling neglected right now because, as a lot of them have, with the refi boom going on, they're just not getting the service they had before. So, just keeping in contact with them, they really appreciate it when they're not getting that service from some of their other, lenders that they might talk to.
You've been in this business since 2003. You're like a dinosaur. You've seen a lot in that time, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it through the ups and downs, but, it always goes back to, client appreciation and referral partner appreciation. And it's never ended since 2003. I
mean, you came out right as the country was getting through 9/11. Why enter the business at that point in time?
Well, Greg, coming into, the real estate boom when it started in 2003, graduating from college, it was a booming sector, had a lot of friends and family that encouraged me to do so. And it's been a rewarding career.
And in getting ready for this interview, you and I talked about what you thought you'd be doing for a career. You weren't quite sure, but you were always a numbers guy, right?
Right. You know what? And I've enjoyed, helping friends and family, actually work with their finances. And, it's been something that, I didn't know what I wanted to get into at that point. But, being able to put people in a home, see the smile on their face as they're, getting those keys in their hand. I mean, it's just been a rewarding career.
You mentioned friends and family, and I know that that's one of your secret sauces is never being ashamed to let them know what you do and ask for referrals. How do you break that ice? Some people are reluctant to do that. They feel like they don't want to pierce that veil of friendship.
Right. Well, you know what, Greg? One of the things that we talked about is I wear my badge on my sleeve. So, if I'm out and about, at a kid's football game, baseball game, talk to other parents and, talk about what we do for a living. And I use that as an opportunity to see if it's something that I can help them with.
So I always love to ask top producers when that light bulb moment occurred, when you became a phenomenal producer. When did you get over that hump so that you could get to the 10, 15, 20 loan a month threshold?
Greg, I think it really happened when, a lot of the builders accounts that we start with, obviously here in Arizona, we're very, new construction heavy, and just, providing the service to our referral partners and obviously their agents. They really appreciated the service that we had and in the timeline and turn times that we had here at NFM. And really from that point, it just snowballed into them just sending us, their clients and customers from other deals that they might have.
Builder business can be really intimidating for those loan officers that have never gotten to it. It's just so daunting, just the thought of how do I get a builder? How do I crack an account or even deal with sitting in model homes? What are some little nuggets of advice you have to loan officers that maybe want to dip their toe in that water?
Well, you know what, Greg, before NFM, I was actually pretty immersed in the builder world. And, the number one thing that I could give loan officers advice on for that is they have deadlines, timelines, just like we all do. But, a lot of them are reporting to Wall Street, and they have to make sure that they know what's going on with their closings. So the constant updates to those builder partners that you have is just paramount.
Always communicate, right?
Absolutely.
So I have a little picture here of you and your beautiful family. That's Stephanie Sandell, the queen of your office, provided for me. Tell us a little bit about who we're looking at in the picture.
So little guys that we have there, the little guy is TJ. My oldest son is Tyler. And then my beautiful wife and better half, Crystal.
How long have you been married?
So I've actually been married since 2006. I've been with her since we were 17 years old.
Oh my goodness. So what are your rules at home when it comes to being a busy LO and working weekends, and when the phone rings at 8 p.m., are you allowed to get that phone or what?
Oh, absolutely. Well, she knows that, obviously if someone's calling me that late at night and it's an important call, it's from one of my referral partners that, they only call me. They know that they separate that family time and business time. If they're calling me, then they need to get a hold of me.
Understood. So Matt, where to from here? In closing 200 loans, you've already pretty much done that. What's next for you?
Well, Greg, one of the things we've talked about with Ryan Sandell and Danny Banda in the Western Division here is we want to bring on more great talent to NFM. So, not only will that help, our internal LOs, but, that's going to grow the branch, grow the division, and ultimately make us all more successful.
It's been great getting a chance to sit down and hear what makes you tick, Matt Primrose. Thanks so much for your time. Continued success to you and everybody out there in the Western region under Ryan Sandell. You guys have built quite a dynasty and continue to churn out more loans month over month. We can't wait to see what you do the rest of 2020.
Thanks for having me on, Greg.
All right, that's Matt Primrose, the top producer for the month of July 2020. I'm Greg Sher. We'll see you again next time.